Camp in a Box campers. Today we're going to be doing something really cool. We're going to be dissecting an owl pellet. Now an owl pellet is kind of an interesting thing. So owls, when they eat their food, let's say they get a delicious mouse, they eat the mouse whole. They don't really tear it up like some of the other birds of prey. So they'll eat the mouse whole, and then anything that they can't digest or break down in their stomach, they essentially throw it back up in the form of a pellet. And that pellet is made up of everything that the owl couldn't break down in his stomach. So things like bone, fur, anything like that. So we have an owl pellet here today. So you'll need to grab this from your box. It's gonna look very small, it's easy to miss, but it's this little bundle of foil. So make sure you have this bundle of foil and a toothpick or two. You may have 3 in your box, but 2 will do the job. First things first, you want to make sure that you're in a space it's okay to be a little bit messy, right? You may want to put a little cloth down or just roll out your tin foil so that it keeps your area clean. Okay, so we can unroll a super cool owl pellet. There you go. Look at that. I'm gonna spread my tin foil out a little bit. Oops. All right. So there's all sorts of things in here. Now the outside part of it is mostly hair. Now it's up to you. I don't mind using my hands so much. Some people are a little more uncomfortable. But see, if I pick this apart, that's all hair right there. So this guy had a very delicious mouse. I'm gonna break that up a little more. All right, and now, once we're in there, we're gonna just start digging around a little bit, seeing what we can find. Ah, look at that. See, right here. I'm just gonna use my hands. We're starting to get some bones right there. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. You guys see that right there? There's some different bones right there, so we'll lay those out. Now, the really cool thing about this is you can go, have a parent help you. You can go and look at all of those. That's amazing. So you got to kind of dig in there a little bit. It's not just right on the outside. You can go online and you can type in owl pellet dissection bone chart, and it'll pull up lots of charts online that you can look at and see if you can identify the bone. That looks like a vertebrae. Now it's very important if you do what I'm doing and use your hands that you don't touch your face until afterwards when you've washed your hands. That's a really long bone. Look at that one. Now there's probably lots of little small bones in here that are the vertebrae, which is what runs down the back of the neck. And what's really interesting is that most animals have the same amount of vertebrae in their neck. So we have 7 vertebrae. Ooh, look at this fun bone. We have 7 vertebrae in our neck, but owls have double that. They have 14 vertebrae in their neck. And that's what allows them to turn their heads so much. Now, a lot of people think owls can turn their heads all the way around. They can't quite turn them all the way around, but they can get pretty, ooh, what is this? They can get pretty close. They can go about 3/4 of the way around. And that is because, oh, I've got a special thing in here. And that is because their eyes are fixed in their skull, so they can't move their eyes. So if you look at me, you can see when I move my eyes, I can move them up, I can move them down and left to right without moving my face. But owls can't do that. Their eyes are fixed in their head, so they have to be able to turn their head all the way around. I can't turn my head very far. But if we're looking in here, if you guys can see, what does it look like we're starting to find in here? To me, this looks like a skull. So now we know. Now this skull is very clear. So this tells me that this owl had a delicious mouse. And the way I know it's a mouse, look at that. Look at the teeth. And see, you can see the big front teeth and then the little teeth inside. But there's a skull in there. So there's could be all sorts of interesting things. You might have, it may have eaten something else like a bird, or I'm trying to think what else, but a bird or a mouse is most typical. So have a look in here, see what you can find. See if you can ask a parent to help you find the bone chart so you can compare and see what types of bones are in there. And most importantly, when you finish, please remember to wash your hands with soap and water, okay? When you're done, wash your hands with soap and water. You guys have fun, enjoy, and we'll see you next week.